Hey guys, it's Sandy, and today I am scrapbooking kind of an odd photograph. It is a photo of the sweaters in the Norway Pavilion at Epcot in Walt Disney World. And the reason why I'm scrapbooking this is because I kind of have a love affair with the sweaters from Norway. Like, I love them so much. They're super expensive, but oh my word, they're so beautiful and they're so finely crafted. And I have a desire for one, and I have a real desire to buy my husband this one that is right here. And it's always part of our Disney experience to go look at the sweaters. So I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo for our girls trip. Now I'm pulled out this Snow Fun from Simple Stories. And this is from 2014, so this is an older one. And I also pulled out this kind of hand-drawn wood grain from the Atwell collection from Fancy Pants. And then I'm going to be using my kit that I've pulled out, which has lots of pink in it. So I'll pull some pink into this layout probably, just because it's in the Girls Trip Disney album. So let's see what I can do. So I'm using this Chamel paper, and I love these papers that came in her Glitter Girl line. I just love them. There's also like a blue, yellow, green one, and they are just right up my alley, so I totally dig it. Now what I've done is cut it into 3 4-inch wide pieces because I want that middle section where it's not too pink and it's not too green. It's more of the mix. I'm also cutting off a 1/2 inch off of each side of the wood grain paper. And I cut off 1/4 inch on the that Chamel dot paper. I'm just placing it over top because I know I'm going to have something in the background, and I'm just trying to figure out what it's going to be. At first I thought it was going to be this pink paper, but it's too bubblegum for me. So I decided to scratch that idea, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Now I know I'm going to use this sweater bit here, so I'm just kind of looking through some of my green cardstock, and I decided to go with this metallic one. And it's not exactly green and it's not exactly blue, but to me it does work. And for some reason I just wanted to turn it over and see if there was a date or a company or anything over there. And the only thing that I remember when I turned it over was that the sticker price was $1.29, and I probably did not pay that for it because back when I bought this paper, it's been a while, I would lose my mind when I had to pay 59 cents for a sheet of paper and bought a lot of my stuff on clearance. And that's when I discovered, well, I didn't learn this until much later, but I would buy clearance papers more so that they were on clearance and not because I liked them. Because they were marked down to like 6 cents, 10 cents. And I'm like, it's paper, what a great deal, 10 cents. And then it turns out I have them still in my stash, or they were ugly and I thought I could always use it and cover it up or use it as photo mats, but I never did it because it's ugly. So my lesson that has taken me a long time to learn is to just buy the stuff that I like and will use, and don't buy the ugly stuff, even if it's cheap. Because cheap ugly stuff is still ugly stuff. Now this vellum right here, this blue kind of like filigree type looking vellum, now is a vellum that I love, and I got it on clearance, and I bought so much of it. Like, that was the other thing I had to learn was stop buying so much of one thing because you get sick of it. And I haven't used this vellum in years, but I cleaned out my paper a little bit. On like underneath my table, I have my paper scraps and files, and also my 8.5 by 11 paper and files. And I just kind of straightened it up and cleaned it out and rediscovered it. And there you go. Since I'm all about rediscovering my stash this month, I used this vellum. So hooray! Hooray me! I do find it extremely satisfying when I can use older stash, like this vellum, and that metallic paper that I know has been there for years and years and years. But I can use some newer stuff too. So that excites me. Like I love that mix. Here I just went and pulled out some border pieces, and these are Teresa Collins, and I don't end up using it. I even was going, like I meant to use that little grid border right there. I was going to put it up at the top, but I completely forgot about it. It gets pushed off to the side, and I just don't remember it. But I do use these K & Company ones, and I love these K & Company ones. Like they're just whites, blacks, and grays, and I've used them sporadically now for the past couple of months, and I just really like them. Now, interestingly enough, they are actually self-adhesive, but I did not know that. And when I finally tried to use the adhesive on the back after peeling off the backing, it wasn't very sticky. It kind of went to the way of American Crafts, where their sticky is not sticky. Drives me insane. It drives me totally insane. Like, I don't know if it's where I live, because I'm definitely having more problems here in California with the stickiness of American Crafts products than I did in Maryland. And that's kind of weird, because there was definitely more humidity in Maryland, but maybe you need a certain amount of humidity. Who knows? Anyway, I'm not even using it, and I'm running my mouth about it. So let's get back to what I'm doing. So I'm just layering it up, and I decided to go with this black kind of rick-racky looking glitter bit, just because I wanted to add that pop. Like, this was feeling very neutral, even though it's definitely not neutral colors. I've got pink and teal and green. It was still feeling neutral, so I wanted to put on that pop of black. So I'm trying to figure out what my title is going to be. Like, I knew my title was going to be right here, and I knew it was going to be layered up on the vellum, and I wasn't exactly sure if it was going to be like Norway Fun or Epcot Fun or Sweater Fun or something. I end up going with Sweater Fun, and then I realized that sweater is not going to fit in that teeny tiny little space that I've set aside for it. But I'm trying to make that bottom of the F, the descender part of the F, nestle into one of the little rickrack valleys. So I'm trying to get that to happen, along with trying to figure out where I need everything to fit. So I grabbed these Freckled Fawn letter stickers, and this did come in the September black and white kit, and they're fun stickers, definitely fun stickers. Some of the capital letters that are like large drive me insane because they are so large, and then I realized after looking at this that there was like one W, and I had already used it, and so I trimmed off this little bit of the M here and turned that into a W, and then used my S down there to make it say sweater. And I just kind of wish that the S's on this font were a little bit larger. Like the D is so large, and there's a lot of D's, and then the N's are ridiculously huge. But I just wish that the S's were just a little bit larger. But anyway, so I just go ahead and I'm trying to figure out something to place in this little area, just so it's not this bit of dead space. And I thought, oh, a bow would look good, but the blue bow was not the appropriate color. So I pulled out these little mini bows, and I decided to go with the black one. Now, I would have never bought these bows, just bought them. Because I am not a fan of clips. I do not like paper clips. I don't like the metal clips. I pull the things off of the paper clips if I do happen to get them. And I bought a Bella Boulevard warehouse box, and they came in there. But I do love the little felt bows, so I just pulled them off the clip and placed them right on the page. Now, this little geotag is something I cut out of the cut-apart sheet, and I know I want to use it. I'm just trying to get it even, because it was cut a little bit wonky. So I like how that little geotag leans off to the side right there. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Spectrum Noir shimmer pen and just glitter up the center of that, just to give it a little bit of sparkle and shine. Because I do know that this is not going to be like a super technique-y layout, or it's not going to have like a lot of, it's going to be basically, it's a quick and easy layout. And I'm sitting here watching myself tap my fingers, and I never knew how much I tapped my fingers until I did YouTube videos, and I tap my fingers a lot. So I don't know, it's kind of annoying me, but it's annoying me after the fact, like I'm not realizing it. So anyway, so I pull out the Simple Story summer themed stickers, and I'm super excited that I'm using summer themed and winter themed products on the same page. I did my little I'm so witty and fun head shake thing. Like I was super pleased with myself, super pleased. So I just go ahead and grab these pinks and greens that will match with what I've already got down here on the page. I'm just kind of like layering up a little cluster up here. I'm not making anything fancy. I'm just making sure to have the three colors that I want repeated, which is that bluey color, the green, and the pink. And I don't know why I tried to put that guy up there. He wasn't going up there. We all knew he was going right there. So now I'm like, I need a little bit more. Like this needs a little bit. So I take some of these dots and I put it in the center of that snowflake up at the top, but that dot is way too big for the snowflake on the geotag. So we take that off, and then I just throw one down here on the bottom as well. Now I pull out these chipboard word phrases, and I'm just placing them down. I'm going to put one on each little section, kind of over where the title is, up where that little teeny cluster is, and then the one I just placed there. Now this says good, and now, so you could read the title as Good Sweater Fun, or you could read the title as Sweater Fun and just see the word good. I'm reading it as Sweater Fun, and you just have the word good there, because good is more of an embellishment to me, because I have it over on other parts of the pages as well. But if you read it as Good Sweater Fun, I wouldn't care. Like, do your thing, people. Read it how you like it. So I'm just placing this up here, and I'm kind of nestling it between two of the little snowflake lines. And I'm liking this. Like, I'm digging it. I try to use this little die cut. I got it in my Secret Not Secret Kit Club. I haven't used it yet. I love it, but I just haven't used it. And I'm thinking I need to figure out where my journaling is going to go. And at first I thought about cutting some strips and placing it over top of that dot, because I really didn't want to cover up the sweater pattern. But I decided no. And then I end up grabbing my Color Shine, and it kind of blobs out a little bit more than I want it to, but I'm like, you know what, it works. See, and this is where I'm thinking strips from my journaling, and I'm like, no. I'm just going to grab my pen, and I'm going to write it right here on the vellum. And I just talk about the love of going to Norway and looking at the sweaters, and that how it's a must-do every trip. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you want to leave me a comment, go ahead and comment below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And I will catch you guys soon for another video.